Hey, gun people. Well, shit. Man, that's the first day I've really felt like almost normal. Got some things done, watering plants, etc. But I want to go over this video here. Manslaughter charges for officer. So let's go back to, let me go to the video so like I'm playing it. Hey, gun people. All right. So, the hell? So when you go to the video, and the title is manslaughter charge for officers shooting a man with a knife. And then I'm going to try and go to the... Hey, gun people! All right. Finally gave it to me. So, right here, it says I uploaded this December 31st, 1969. Now, I don't know if my account was hacked or what. I uploaded this 2 days ago. I don't know if this is another shadow ban by YouTube, a way to say this video is really old so it doesn't get any publicity, it doesn't get any playtime. I don't know what the hell it is. A lot of people said they didn't get notified. And let's see how many views I got. I got 5,000 views. I only got 696 likes. How could so many people view this and so little people like it? I mean, there's 9 haters that are like, I'm going to dislike this. But out of 5,000 viewers, only 700 liked it? But anyway, I digress. That's not the point of the video. I do not know how this got time travel. Everybody's accusing me of being a time travel. I went back in time and did this. I don't know if this is YouTube. I don't know if somebody hacked this. I don't know if other people are experiencing this, but I have no control over this date. This is assigned by YouTube. And how they assigned 10/31/1969, I have no clue. Okay, so let's talk about, a lot of people are commenting on this guy's grip. And I'm going to cut this cop some slack, because if you've been on a scene and, well, let me get to the grip part. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy's grip, because everybody's kind of complaining about whether it's a good grip or not a good grip. So we're going to go back some here and look at him coming up. So when people come up for a grip right here, he's kind of taking a two-handed grip. You really don't have a two-handed grip when you're drawing or when your gun's coming up. Usually you connect your two hands. You don't want to get your second hand in front of the barrel, so you bring it close to your body. So until your gun gets to your waist belly area, your second hand connects that grip, so you don't end up lasering your own hand or crossing over your own hand with the gun. So coming into here, he's coming in from behind. Does his grip look a little weak? It does a little bit, but you got to realize, when a cop is drawing his gun on something like this, he's trying to communicate. He's looking around. He's looking for other threats. He's probably talking on the radio. He's listening to radio. He's probably yelling instructions at the guy. He's thinking, oh, shit, I don't want to shoot him. Authorized shoot. Is that really a knife? I mean, all this shit is going through the head. So for his grip not to be perfect, I don't really have a problem with that. A lot of people are kind of like cracking on him, saying he needs more training. He's weak. He's this. I think his grip is weak because he keeps going from one-handed to two-handed. So he goes here to two-handed. He's talking, he's screaming, he's backing up, he's trying to look behind him, he's looking for other cops, he's listening to the radio, he's yelling at this dude, he's focused on the knife, he's in fight or flight, he doesn't want to... I mean, there's just so many multitude of things going on right now. For somebody to crack on a guy's grip, I thought was a little... I don't know if it's cheesy, but it just shows a lack of knowledge if you've never had your gun on somebody. Now, I've said this before, and I've got cops telling me I'm full of shit. Look, I drew my gun 4 or 5 times a shift, and I've had my gun pointed at people well over probably hundreds, if not over 1,000 times. So I've got quite a bit of experience of pointing my gun at a real person. Most people out there giving advice have never even carried, like Ass, he's never carried a gun on duty. He's never had to use his gun. He's never probably pointed his gun at a real person. And he's out there giving all his technical advice, and people love him. And that's not saying he doesn't know what he's talking about. I just happen to think he's full of shit. But anyway, this comes down to experience. The more you draw your gun, the more you're able to shoot in varied positions. As a matter of fact, as a training tool, you should practice having shitty grips. You should practice drawing so fast and shooting before you get a perfect grip, before you're in a range training style to where everything happens in slow motion and you got nobody shooting at you and you've only got your grip to think about and you've only got to think about your front sight and rear sight and hit your target because you're safe on a range. That's what the difference between range training and tactical good training. Tactical training is, you know, I'm squirting guys with a hose while they're shooting so their hands are wet, their grips are wet, there's water in their eyes, they're moving backwards, there's a siren blaring in the air. I put obstacles so when they move backwards, they run into obstacles. I have people bump into them. So when I'm training for a stressful situation, I'm throwing everything at you, not to make you an expert at shooting in those situations. It's to allow you to stay focused on what you're doing and ignore things around you and focus on trigger control, get your rounds on target, and focus on the threat. So this guy's grip, I'm not a big, I'm not picking on him. His hand's coming off here. He's probably about, what I'm thinking here is he's thinking, oh shit, maybe I should go my taser. Maybe I should talk on the radio. Maybe I got to give an update. Maybe dispatch just said, what's your status? And I want to answer him. So this hand coming off here and then going back on tells me again, it's just his state of mind, his confusion. Things are happening fast. This guy's way too close. He could have shot him and he didn't. He's backing up. He's listening to the radio. So I wanted to address the grip thing. If you want to do a good trial to express yourself, if you're shooting, not at a range to where you can shoot, put some mud on your hands and then draw your gun when your hand's muddy and it's clunky. Oh shit, my timer's going off. Hang on. I'm watering my tree, so every 10 minutes I set the timer so I can go out there and move it. So anyway, grab some mud, do it. Maybe put a little oil or grease on, or baby oil on your grip of your gun so it's slippery, and try to shoot fast without, again, sometimes I call range training negative training because it gets people so focused on perfect grip, perfect sight alignment, perfect stance. Everything's perfect. I got plenty of time. I can look cool. I got my cool factor. I got everything going on. And you lose track that very, very, very rarely is that how you get to shoot. There was a shooting in the Air Force where a bike cop, an Air Force cop, he was on a bike patrol, and a dude pulled a gun on somebody and had somebody hostage. And he pulled up on his bike by a building, took a shot, I think it was at 45 to 50 yards, with a pistol, and shot the guy in the head who had the person holding a gun to someone else's head or a knife to someone's throat. It was several years ago. It was back when I was in the Air Force. But anyway, he shot this guy. Why? Because the guy didn't know he was there. He had plenty of time. He was on the corner of a building. He had a stabilized stance. He was able to use the building as a supported position, kept his gun. He was under no time restraint. He got to pick when he was going to shoot, and he wasn't worrying about getting shot or shot at. His total focus was making that one round count. And he made it count, and it was a good shot. But those are very, very rare situations. Most shootings for either civilians or cops are oh shit moments, shit's hitting the fan, shit's going south. Most people weren't prepared or ready. You didn't expect it, and it's a reaction, and it's an oh shit shot. So this cop is in oh shit mode, even though he's in uniform, even though he knows he got a gun, even though he's still, there's a lot of oh shit factors that are getting this guy. I think he does it a little bit more in a second area. Let me see if I can get his grip messed up here. Comes off, goes back on. And see, if he drops his gun low, you have to drop your two-handed grip. Okay, so this guy kind of walks up pretty quick. There's let me just bump this forward on my other video. Oh, hang on, we're back at the grip here. I want to get this. Come on, pull your grip up. Sorry. I'm going frame by frame here, so it takes a little bit. So here comes his gun up again. Little loose there, but look, I mean, when you're in a hurry and a guy's coming at you with a knife, he could shoot here. He could shoot here. He could shoot without his second hand. So, I mean, the second grip is nice for recoil and all that other stuff, But I wouldn't get so caught up on criticizing this guy about his grip in a rapidly evolving crisis shit the fan situation to where things are just happening really quick. So see here he's talking, it looks like he's talking on his radio, and he has to go back to his grip. So he's putting his hand, one-handed grip, talking on his radio, trying to keep the guy, yelling at the guy, talking on his radio. Now he has to come back for his second-hand grip. Is it perfect? No, probably not. You know what? The guy survived, and the guy with the knife didn't get him. So, I mean, that's a win. I'm thinking I got to the part where everybody's cracking on his grip. Maybe they were mad at his grip. Let me go up to the part where he actually shoots the guy again and see if his grip's worse. So it looks like here he's backing up. He's trying to create distance, talking on the radio, going back and forth, changing his grip, talking on the radio, going back and forth, moving in. I don't know why he's moving forward here. It's probably just instinctive. I want to keep close enough distance so I can hit him. But, I mean, he could have stood back and stayed way back here. But when a guy walks away, he's kind of in tracking mode. Sometimes that can be caused by tunnel vision. When you get locked on the threat, that's all you focus on. My guess is he doesn't even know if there's somebody over here, or he doesn't know if there's somebody watching him through the window. He's totally focused on the knife and the threat. Would be my guess. So now he's backing up again, one-handed grip. Again, he's talking. Maybe he's got his hand on his taser. Maybe he's... Wait, did I see his shadow? Yeah. See his hand here in the shadow? So he's talking on the radio. That's why his hand's here. So let me bump through this and see where we get to the shooting part. Let's see if everybody cracks on a grip on this area. I could cut all this out, but hang on, I'm just popping here other units. Oh. So here's his grip here. Is this a big deal? I don't know. I mean, this isn't like the greatest grip, but again, he's pulling his hand off and on so much, and he's talking on the radio and doing other things. I'm not concerned about this grip. Look, at this distance, he can hit the guy at one hand. This hand's basically a support. Yes, ideally, should it be better? And I've said this before when I teach people training. I don't get into, when I was younger and I was learning all these techniques, it was always cool to show how much knowledge I had and how much training and how the thumb should be in this position and how this should be this and your side alignment should be this and this arm should be stiff and this elbow should be. And I could come up and sound like I really knew what I was talking about to somebody that didn't, and it made me look like an expert, and I felt like I was. And as I got older and more experienced, it was like, look, if a guy's hitting his target and if a person can shoot, I don't really give a shit about all that other technical shit that everybody says is so important, that everybody tells you if you don't do it, you can't hit. I can't tell you the number of times that people have tried to correct my grip, and I'm a better than average shooter. I mean, I would probably put myself in probably the 10% of best shooters with a pistol. I was on many competitions in the Air Force, and I won a lot of medals, and we competed with different SWAT teams and different law enforcement. Doesn't mean I'm great and perfect, but I'm just telling you, I'm an above average shot. And there's a lot of people that when I'd go to different schools, they would try to correct my grip and correct this placement and say this isn't good in my elbow and I'm too tight of a grip and I'm too loose of a grip and I'm shooting cross-eyed. That's another thing everybody tells me, you'll never be a good shot if you shoot cross-eyed. I draw my gun with my right hand and I'm left eye dominant. So I tilt my head and use my left eye. Oh, you shouldn't do that. You should keep both eyes open. You should never close one eye. You should always do the same eye. Yet that's bad. I've heard all this shit. You know what? I hit my freaking target. So, to me, when somebody starts getting into all the technical little bitty shit, they're not really trying to improve the shooter or get the shooter. As long as you're getting hits, I don't care if you freaking use your pinky finger underneath your grip. If you get freaking hits, and that's the way you do it, and you're comfortable with it, then knock yourself out. All right? I kind of beat this dead horse. I'll get off it. All right. We'll end that there.